So Facebook has permanently banned the InfoWars page. This is according to Paul Joseph Watson for unspecified hate speech. They didn't even tell us what the offending posts were. This sets a chilling precedent for free speech. To all other conservative news outlets, you are next. The great censorship purge has truly begun. Now, obviously, Facebook has every right to do this. Facebook has the right to unpublish whoever they want. They have the right to be unfair to whoever they want. But we still get to call them out for being unfair. We still get to call them out for things we disagree with. They have every right to do it, but we disagree with what they're doing here. Now, for InfoWars, like, I'm just gonna give you my opinion so you know where I stand. I occasionally watch their stuff. Usually, what happens is something happens like this. I start watching their stuff, and then ever so often I'm like, I have better things to watch and move on. For the most part, like, they've actually been proven right on a surprising amount of stuff. Obviously, they're biased. Obviously, like, they're really more activists than journalists, but they do a lot of good journalism as well. So that's my opinion on them. That overall, like, for the most part, I enjoy their stuff. Although I don't watch them religiously, I don't watch them that much. But I do like Paul Joseph Watson stuff, and I do like what's going on with UKIP. But the whole point of this video, Facebook, I'm pretty sure Facebook did this deliberately, because normally I want to give social media sites the benefit of the doubt, because the thing is, we don't know what's them directly doing something, and we don't know what is just bad coding and bad algorithm. Like, for all these conservative news sites that are banned and taken down, there are plenty of like left-wing leftist posts that are taken down as well. And I think, and now that entirely could just be bad algorithm, that they could be targeting conservative pages, but because of that, because they talk about the same things as like leftist and liberal pages, those can get taken down as well. I really don't know. I think it's a combination of both. I think sometimes it's just that's how the algorithm works, and I think certain times like this, it was a direct attack. Now, why do I think it was a direct attack? Because for one, they did not specify. They didn't say this post was your third strike. Because we know for a while, I believe they've been on, like, Facebook has a 3 strikes rule, 3 bad posts, and your page is unpublished. Well, I guess this was their third strike. I believe they were on 2 strikes. This was their third strike, but we don't know what post it was. They did not clarify exactly what post. And this happens to happen just after Apple has removed InfoWars podcast from iTunes. And this is an article just 4 hours ago from when I'm recording this, which hopefully should be right before I posted it. This is like Apple has gone after them, and then right after that, Facebook has gone after them too. I think this was a direct attack. And again, they have every right to do this. I think they have every right to do this, but it is ridiculous that they are doing it. It is a bad thing that they are doing it. And you might say, oh, all this hateful stuff, all this, like, they're posting hate speech, they're posting fake news, they're posting all this stuff. Okay, first I can weed out about 3/4 of those people by saying how many of you have actually watched more than like 5 minutes? Because that's my personal rule, that I generally don't make an assertion. I generally don't say anything about any organization or any person unless I know quite a bit about them directly from their own source. And now they've been unpublished. And for the most part, like, I guess they have a few lawsuits going on. I know there's some stuff that, like, they might have done where obviously they didn't really, it doesn't seem like they did it in bad faith, but there's some stuff that they could have been a bit better on. But overall, it's like a lot of the stuff they post is just like what Fox News posts and plenty of other sites. Like, they post opinionated stuff. It's all opinionated things. They don't post, as far as I can tell, outright fake news. Or at least, I've watched some of the older stuff. I watched the stuff from like 2011. That stuff is so much different from what I've seen now. Now it just seems like a regular news site. Now, I personally think they rank better than like Fox News and CNN and MSNBC and all those, which says a lot. Like the fact that they're being taken down and a lot of the other sources aren't being taken down. I think they've gotten better over the years. I think they've really improved. They've really like stepped it up over the last 2-3 years. And honestly, like, now a lot of what they do now is they just talk about like what's in the news. They just talk about what's in the news. They report other stuff. They source stuff from like actual sources. Very rarely anymore do I see just like, oh, we have an anonymous source that says this. They generally like reference a lot of stuff and they back up what they're saying. and which a lot of the people that there's so many people that don't know that because they never watch their stuff. And that's the thing, just watch a few episodes and you'll think this is ridiculous. Like, they're not just people, like, they're not an alt-right news source. Just today, there was an article, I can't remember who it was from. I think it was Sky News. Yeah, Sky News just posted an article today talking about the alt-right members of UKIP and included Paul Joseph Watson of alt-right InfoWars. Well, they're not alt-right. In fact, they're often accused by the alt-right of being, like, Zionist and being controlled by the Jews and all that. That Alex Jones is secretly Jewish. I don't know if he is Jewish or not. I don't think he is. But that's not the point. But this is ridiculous. This is something that anyone supporting, like, the free exchange of ideas should not be doing. Because the thing is, if you have to support people taking down, like, if you have to support people deplatforming your enemies and providing a better bonus to you over them, that's not fair. That's not, like, your ideas aren't winning because they're better. They're winning because you have control, because you have power. That doesn't mean the best ideas won. If you have to defeat your enemies like this by, like, just removing them from all kinds of sites, this is not good. Now, honestly, like, do you want to do us all a big favor? Subscribe to their YouTube channel. You want to do a big favor? Like, subscribe to wherever you can find them. Doesn't mean you have to watch their stuff. Maybe watch one video just pick a video at random. But that's the thing. You don't have to, like you don't have to like him even. You don't have to like him. But you know what? Just toss him a like. Toss him a, like, I know I just said you don't have to like him. But just toss him some kind of, like, virtual way of showing that, like, hey, this is wrong. Because usually that's what happens is, like, whenever people attack the NRA donations go way up. Same thing with this. Whenever they're attacked, you have to, like, you have to show people that try to block people like this, block sites like this, that this is a bad thing and it will backfire on them. So throw them a subscription. You don't ever have to pay attention to them ever again. That's it. You don't have to care about them after today. I'm not saying, like, watch every single one of their they do, like, freaking 10 hours a day or something like that. Like, it's a crazy amount they do. So I'm not going to do the math. But it's, like, they produce a lot of stuff. It's like, I'm not saying you have to watch all of that. I'm not saying you have to devote your whole life to it. I'm just saying, like, throw them a subscription or something. Or throw them follow them on, I guess I was going to say follow them on Facebook. You can't do that. Follow them on Twitter. I don't know. Yeah, if you follow a lot of people on Twitter, give them a Twitter follow and it'll be drowned out among the millions of other tweets. But just do something like that to show, like, hey, this is, like, this can't happen. Like, this is ridiculous. I mean, should it be allowed to happen? I think it should be allowed to happen because they have every right to do that. But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that it's happening. I don't know if you want to, like, if you do like their videos, share a video. If you do watch their videos, like, share one. Just spread it around. Because that's the thing that I don't think Alex Jones puts out hate speech. I don't think InfoWars as a whole puts out hate speech. I don't think they put out, like, deliberate lies. And I know, obviously, there are a few things where they have been wrong on. And it's like, I don't think they're doing it because, I think it's because they make mistakes. And it's not because they're, like, deliberately trying to lie. And it's like, is that a bad thing they're making mistakes? Yes, they have the responsibility to not make mistakes. But they're doing pretty much, like, just as good, if not better, than a lot of, like, mainstream sources, honestly. And that's coming from someone who, again, like, isn't that big of a fan of them. But they're more legitimate than, like, half the other news agencies out there. Like, it's just ridiculous. But, yeah, this is dumb. This is dumb. All I can say is, throw them some kind of, like, virtual appreciation of, like, a follow, a subscription on whatever other platform to show that this is being backfired. Actually, they have an app, I think. I'll do that. I'll download the app. Download the app, because at least if you download the app, you never have to look at it again. Like, you can just leave it on your phone and never touch it. But just search the App Store and see if they have an app for, like, Alex Jones or InfoWars or something. Search for it and download the app. And then if the number of app downloads shoots way up, at least, like, the people can say, crap, like, this didn't help us very good. Again, you don't even have to open the app, but it's just the symbolism of it. The symbolism of, like, hey, I don't really follow these people, but if they're being taken off of social media like this, if they're just being taken off like that for no good reason, then sure, like, support them in that sense. That's the thing. Because in my opinion, that anyone that is being attacked like this deserves support. Now, obviously, like, that can only go so far because, again, the alt-right is is being attacked, just as InfoWars is, and I don't necessarily support the alt-right. So let me clarify, actually, that anyone that is being attacked like this deserves looking into. Throw a few subscriptions to their like 500 YouTube channels they have. They got a ton of them. But yeah, this is dumb. Like, this is absolutely dumb. And this is something where, by supporting them, again, you don't have to support them financially. I'm not saying you have to like watch them 10 hours a day or however long they do stuff. I'm just saying you have to support, like, you have to let social media outlets know that this was a bad thing that they did. That you were going to support them in the fact that, like, they were censored, that this shouldn't have happened. Of course, I know, like, is it really censorship if they're being taken down from a site that has the right to deny them a platform? I'm not going to go into the semantics of what word to use, but yeah, it's pretty much censorship, honestly. In the sense of they're being denied a platform that everyone else has the right to use for no good reason. There is no good reason that they're being denied a platform here. So yeah, that's all I could say. Like, if you support free speech, support them in whatever way by throwing them a review, like download the app, throw them a subscription. I don't care what you do, but by at least supporting them, you're supporting free speech as a concept. Like, as a concept, that's the thing. Every time someone gets attacked, you have to make them more popular. It's something called, like, they call it the Streisand effect, where basically, whenever someone tries to like push something down, whenever someone tries to hide something on the internet, it becomes way more popular because people notice that they're trying to hide something. So if I try to hide something, people are like, why are you trying to hide something? Like, what is there to hide? And then they end up looking into it even more. The fact that you try to hide something is worse than if you had just ignored it and let it go and just hoped nobody had seen it. But yeah, I've repeated my point like 3 times now. There's not much more I can say. You know what you have to do. And honestly, it's like, even if you dislike them, even if you really don't enjoy their content, it's the principle of free speech. If you're against the idea that anyone should be just removed like this for no good reason, throw them a like or subscription or something. You can unsubscribe in like a month after this all blows over. But yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you think they're a hate speech platform, if you think they're evil people, tell me why in the comments. If you have anything to add to this video, let me know in the comments as well. And thanks for watching.